Alright, so in this I will be going over my thoughts on the Prismatic Nerf, and what I think the next meta will be, and honestly just my thoughts on the meta, and I'll probably be going off on a rant. We'll be bringing up how fun the game was before the 3.0 subclasses. So if you enjoy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the nerfs. So just reading this, increase the cooldown. So this is kind of like what they did to renewals. Witch Queen. Yeah, this is kind of like what they did to renewals during Witch Queen. They just made it so when you have it equipped, it takes longer to get. Increased cooldown. Honestly, I just don't see a reason to use this aspect anymore, depending on how much time it's going to take to get it now. Remove dodge cooldown penalty after creating a clone. I really don't know what this means. If the clone is destroyed by attacks, it no longer spawns threadlings. So the only way for a clone to spawn threadlings now is to run up to it, and they also nerfed that. So it's harder to get the clone to explode, and when it does explode, it still spawns threadlings. Other than that, I mean, clones, they still are going to ping the radar. They still will drag the aim assist, but if it takes so long just to get one clone, there's just no reason to use them anymore. So instead of using clones, just use stylish. Also, I gotta say this. I am happy they are nerfing Prismatic Hunter. I've had enough of this. Playing against Prismatic Hunter is so miserable. I am so glad they are finally nerfing it. And I'm so excited for the change. Alright, so swarm grenades. Increase the cooldown duration. This is good. This is what I was thinking they should do. Smoke bomb. So now when a smoke is on the ground, instead of it pinging the radar or being there for 10 seconds, it's only going to be 3.5 seconds. Reduce the player movement speed in a smoke by 25%. I mean, smokes are still going to be broken, I'm going to be honest. You still can't see when you're in a smoke, but hopefully this will help it out and make it more balanced. Honestly, I'm happy about this because just the whole radar manipulation, it's just been getting so annoying. Like, I think, like, if you want an extreme amount of radar manipulation, you should have to play things like Gemini or Invis. So I'm actually glad about this change, and something about this is how Khepris are. I did some testing and I was breaking my smoke bomb at 3.5 seconds and I was still getting like the increased regen, because when the smoke is in the cloud part, that also counts as it being on the ground and gives you the increased regen. And I was still getting them about every 15 seconds, but we have to see if it's probably going to change when this change drops, but that's just something to note. I wish they kind of would have just reverted how it was before the buff they did in Final Shape, but I can understand. This is a pretty good change though. Hell yeah, Threaded Spectre buff in PvE. Alright, swarm grenades, easier to shoot, and will chain. Curious on how it'll be, but this sounds like a good change. Overall, I'm super happy with the nerfs. However, I do think they should have hit Storm's Edge because, oh man, I am so tired of this super. I wish they would have hit Storm's Edge. This is by far the best super in the game. I think they should just make it, like, I don't know, like you get no DR in it and it runs out faster. You only get 2 uses of it or something. It's still like the best super in the game. Also increase the cooldown of it. I don't know, just something. So because of this super, this means Prismatic Hunter is still playable and still a top subclass. So for the abilities, I don't know, I still think swarm grenades are the best on here. The dust fields are just so weak because they don't have any of the enhanced aspects from stasis that it takes like 5 steps to walk out of them. But I think swarm grenades are still going to be really good. Swarm grenades are still going to be insane because people aren't going to have a threaded spectre to tank them. So if you still throw them on someone, they're still going to chase after, they're still going to scorch, they're still going to take you out of the fight. I shouldn't say insane, swarm grenades are still going to be good. Maybe dust fields will take over, but I feel like swarm grenades in the slot's still going to be the way. Also, hunters counter dust fields by just being able to dodge out of them. I think you can Icarus dash out of them too. Shit, even if we go to a Prismatic Titan meta, they could run thrusters and just dodge out of them. The renewals on the class item don't make the dust fields any bigger. Unless you're using renewals themselves, I don't know. I just don't think dust fields are that good. You have another really good option. You can just go to threaded spike. There might be something in the artifact where your tangle gets buffed. Yeah, right here. This can one-shot people, and your tangle carries over between rounds and trials. Smoke and threaded spike, still good. I'm really happy with the change, and I think it brings Prismatic Hunter more in line with the other classes and honestly, that's good. It's not killing the class, it's still playable. It's just less annoying to play against. But we still have to see how it is. Honestly, I feel like the next meta is still just Prismatic Hunter because of Storm's Edge. So I should go over the thing with Stylish real quick. Pretty sure Candy Cakes discovered this, but with some weapons will proc this fragment, and it will sever someone. So when you kill them, you get Stylish to proc. That's really strong. Stylish also procs off like swarm grenades, smokes, and stuff. So it's really easy to proc this. Not to mention Winter Shroud also procs this. I just got a feeling this is exactly what the subclass is going to look like after the nerf. Storm's Edge needed to get hit for Prismatic Hunter to not be meta. This kind of wraps up my thoughts on the Prismatic Hunter nerf. Now I kind of want to go into how to fix the meta. So I'll go over abilities and then I'll go over guns in the meta. But abilities are like a huge issue in the game right now. And before 3.0 subclasses, there wasn't really a lot of annoying abilities that just one-shotted. Things like Lightning Surge, are just so annoying to play against. I can't believe Bungie hasn't nerfed it yet. Like, it's been in the game for so long. It would be nice if Bungie just nuked it. Like, imagine if handheld Supernova was still broken for all these years. Trials wasn't even in the game back then, and they nerfed handheld Supernova faster than they nerfed abilities like Lightning Surge and stuff. This ability doesn't even have to one-shot, it just leaves you one-shot, so anyone else can just clean you up real quick. It's just annoying, like, abilities like this that just make the game super unenjoyable. And don't get me wrong, smokes, swarm grenades, Prismatic Hunter, those make the game really unenjoyable. And it's good they're nerfing them. Everyone knows how annoying those abilities are, and those are talked about so much. But we gotta talk about like other annoying abilities. Lightning Surge, not to mention on Prismatic you get 3 of them. And then the Behemoth Titan melee, like, people will say, oh, just shotgun it. Dude, you get 1 pellet shotgun shot every round of trials now. How are you supposed to shotgun 3 Behemoth melees? And it just goes to like, there's just no counterplay to it most of the time. It's just annoying abilities like that just make the game so unfun. The Void melee. This doesn't one-shot, but it literally just pushes you back and it just counters. Like, you're basically dead if you get hit by this, because it just pushes you back and now you're just stuck in the air, no in-air accuracy. Like, before 3.0 subclasses, I'm not going to count Stasis as a 3.0. Actually, I don't know, that's like a gray area. But now with 3.0 subclasses, there's just so much like annoying abilities in the game. Like Overshield Titan. I mean, we all know how annoying Stasis is. It always kind of has been, so I don't think I have to cover that. I mean, like Scorch itself, like it's like abilities like Scorch. Like, I don't mind the concept of Scorch, but I don't think abilities should be scorching you for so much. Like, playing against one is alright. But if say you play against like 3 Solar Warlocks all using Helion, Incendiary Grenades, Celestial Fire, that's just so miserable and it can't be fun to play against. And abilities like that have been in the game, I guess not Helion, but like being able to ignite people and abilities doing so much Scorch have been in the game for so long. It all just comes down to annoying abilities to play against. Hunters are kind of like the meta right now, so I'll go rant about some annoying abilities on Hunter. I mean, we already know, like Snare Bomb, Swarm Grenade, Threaded Spike. I mean, I guess even Dustfield Grenades, like, those are just so annoying. I really just don't like the 3.0 subclasses because they just added annoying abilities to the game. And that's like another issue with Prismatic Hunter, is they just put all of the annoying abilities on one subclass that it just makes it so miserable to play against. I mean, shit, even on Titan, like, people think Knockout sucks somehow. Knockout is still insane, and especially how it spawns a Diamond Lance now. Like, it's just like, there's just a bunch of annoying abilities. Like, sure, I'm missing a bunch of annoying abilities to cover. So, leave in the comment below what ability you hate fighting the most. Don't be one of those people to say Prismatic Hunter, because everyone hates fighting Prismatic Hunter. But, like, now let's get into, like, the gun meta. Anyone enjoy fighting against a guy using a pulse rifle with Knucklehead radar on? I'd be shocked if you did. 340 pulses have been good since, have they ever been bad? It'd be nice if Bungie kind of just like, I just want the weapon meta to just change completely. Because we've been in the same weapon meta for so long. Now let's bring up hand cannons. You know, I'm just gonna say it, like, there's just some delusional people that have somehow been convinced by their favorite streamer that hand cannons suck. Has there actually been a time where hand cannons sucked? They've always been usable and they've always been viable because how forgiving they are with peak shotting and how big their accuracy count is. Sure, they might not have been the strongest option in linear meta. I mean, I guess they weren't the strongest option in Titan meta because of how long they took to break a Titan shield. But after that, in the Immortal Cloud meta, these actually were an option, especially for mouse and keyboard players, because you could use igneous and conditional within Teus wards. And then I guess like that whole meta started the SMG versus hand cannon debate. I hate playing against both of them. How about that? I think SMGs are extremely easy to use, and hand cannons are so annoying to fight against because no one slides anything anymore. It's all just wall licking, and I just hate playing against people wall licking with a 120. But that's how you're supposed to use them, so I can hate playing against them, but they are using them correct. Everyone just lands a 3-tap now. I just think for hand cannons, most primary weapons, the range needs to be reduced on them. But I think for hand cannons, like, they just need a slight accuracy cone nerf. And for pulses, dropping the range on these things would be good. And then, I don't really know what else. I can't really think of I mean, obviously, a head seeker nerf would be good, but I can't really think of a good nerf for pulses. I'm just gonna say a head seeker nerf and a range nerf. And for hand cannons, or 120s to be exact, an accuracy cone nerf and also a range nerf. And I'm not talking about like a linear accuracy cone nerfed on these. I'm talking maybe like 10%, 5%, or something, so everyone doesn't just land a 3-tap now. You actually kind of have to aim this thing. I don't know. It's not even all 120s either. It's just the top ones, like igneous hammer. Like, matter of fact, let me go into another solar weapon that just needs to get nerfed already. There has not ever been a time in the game where DRANG has not been one of the strongest guns ever. It's a controller gun, so most MEK players can't even use it. And I'm a controller player, and I would love to see this thing get nerfed, because it's just so miserable to play against this thing. I don't know, make it like a 5-tap or make it shoot slower, do something to it already. I am tired of this gun. Where I'm kind of going with this rant is I just want to see a new sandbox. Like 120s and 340 pulses have been strong for so long. I wouldn't even mind a 140 meta and quick draw and aggressive pellet shotguns again. Let's be honest, the next meta is just gonna be a box breathing scout rifle. They gotta pre-fire the nerf on this thing. I just ranted about a couple primary weapons. I can't believe I haven't ranted about special weapons yet. It's time. The Chaperone is also another gun that has been one of the strongest weapons since it came out in Forsaken. Can we just get a nerf on slugs already? They nerfed pellet shotguns, and then slugs took over. Slugs have just been better since that pellet shotgun nerf all the way back. I forgot the season, but it was like 6 months after Beyond Light or so, like around then. I just think it would be nice to just see like a mix-up in the meta. Yeah, I would just like to see a mix-up with primary weapons, like all new primary guns just being good. Like, when's the last time you died to a 360 auto rifle? I miss that feeling returning to the game and just dying to a random gun or random archetype of guns and being like, wow, what the hell did they do to those things to buff those things? Those are insane now. If you played the game 2 years ago and returned to it today, you would die to an igneous hammer or a messenger. Say, they still haven't changed those things? Like, can we just get something new? I'm sure I'm missing a lot here. I mean, I see a Forerunner on my inventory. Yeah, they gotta nerf this thing. I don't know what they would do to it, but or having like a mix-up in the meta could be a reason why people like using Omni, you know, Khepris, linear meta and stuff. Even some people enjoyed Citans meta. It was the same guns that you've been dying to forever, but it was like a whole new playstyle. It kind of felt new. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things, but hopefully you guys understand the point of what I'm trying to get at. I know it's Gear 10 of Destiny, and a lot of people think the game is dying, but at least, like, see, I know how Destiny 1 was. They removed special ammo. I wish they would have kept that in, because I would actually be playing that right now and having fun. But at least, like, if this game's gonna die, let us have something, have like a new meta that's fresh for it to die on. Something that's enjoyable. Something that's new, at least. Something new to play while the game dies. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What was your favorite meta? Let me know in the comments. What was your favorite meta? Alright. Peace.